Hey there, welcome back. Okay, so for this next bit,
Can't slow down.
there's going to be a combat as soon as we get past. Like, we went to the right this last time. Now we're going to go left. There's going to be combat up here. And, it should be manageable. Now, this is something we can pick up.
It feels like
And see, now I
my
can't cast
is
magic.
getting drained.
Now, one little trick you can do is, if I can find it, because you do need this for something, I can't remember what, but you can right-click on it and say send to camp. So that way it's not in your inventory, but you have it for when you need it. So you just go back to camp, grab it out of one of your chests that's at camp, and then boom. And you can even do that, like let's say you're encumbered and you have too much weight and there's nowhere to sell it, you can send stuff to camp. And then later on, once you sell a bunch of stuff, you can then go to camp and retrieve your items. So don't ever forget that trick. And let's do type. I prefer type. Excuse me. I wanted to say, like, when you're up here... Oh, here it is. Type. That sorts everybody when you have them all up. That is fantastic. Okay. So let's do F3. And swap. Cast a spell. That gives us another arcane ward. And swap it back. I'm gonna save it, even though I save way too much.
As well that ends. Oh,
But right up
as
here.
bad as it could have.
For this one, the trick is just kill what's in front of you. Don't chase too deep. There's more stuff over here, and then there's like a mini boss guy up here, or at least a unique, he can cause you trouble kind of guy.
Time to press ahead. Let's move.
Okay, so this is I can turn it into a critical. This is once per either short or long rest. I can't remember. I'm gonna say no. And we're gonna go again.
Never a dull moment.
Ready. On my way.
These guys do a lot of damage to you when they hit you.
I will ascend.
So bear that in mind.
Taste my fury.
One hit. And I do forget to do, like, I could do a cleave or a lacerate. I always forget to do those, but anyways, it's... Yeah, because he's trying to leap. Oh, it's her. You know what I'm missing? Oh, I have it now. Shocking grass. You need shocking grass for melee magic attack.
Blood comes easy these days.
One hit point. There we go. Alright,
If not over, then through.
so we're damaged a bit. And like I said, there's this guy up here. And there's also another one over there. And they call for help sometimes. And also the tree's limited, so be careful. You could block other people from being able to run up the tree.
Victory awaits.
She's always the furthest back.
Taking position.
I love her movement rate. There we go. We got him bleeding.
Still breathing, despite everything.
This thing's gonna be able to jump and just attack me again. Oh, I totally forgot.
Can't you take?
Let's have some courage.
See, I can't. Won't let me run around. Say no. Sure. There you go. We got a critical hit in. Yep. Calling reinforcements. Knocked us off.
Are there more?
Gonna run up the tree. So I stop blocking my archer.
I am death.
We're a little bit out of action.
Make way.
And then I can jump again. I'm gonna stay where I am. She's pretty hurt.
Well, so much for peace.
We're gonna go ahead. We at least have 2 of us injured. Need to be less stingy with the
Outmaneuver them.
spells. Yeah, I don't have visibility. I put my mage in the way. I can't walk around her. So I guess this is where I end. So I'm going to go ahead and at least hide. Alright. Here you can see that's the mini boss I was telling you about. It would be nice to take him down. I probably can do fireball. Fireball! Oh no, look who came back. Alright, we got ourselves a very deadly battle now.
Swift and lethal.
A very deadly battle. I was not prepared for this.
I won't give in.
Okay, I do need to protect myself with all the guys that are on the field now. I definitely need to start protecting myself.
Breathe deep and
I'm gonna
move.
try to help her with my aura. And what else can I do? Bless. I can only bless the 2 of us.
The dance macabre.
And then we have... We need to wreck some people. Alright, I'm in a pickle. This is a lot more enemies than I normally get. Oh, they're attacking it. They're helping me. This thing is... See, you're gonna do hypnotic pattern, but I'm gonna do psionic backlash. And apparently this thing is his pet. This guy is annoying. We want to take him out. Of course we don't.
I will ascend.
Alright, well, I'm sort of torn what to do here.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
So I at least got... And I don't know if I can switch my song. It's only once for short rest. So what else can I do? That will... There we go, I can summon the dog. Because I need help. There we go. I killed that dude. That dude's like just sitting there. See, like he does massive damage. That's why I have never,
On I go.
in all my playthroughs, I have never seen. Well, I've never seen the bullet show up during this battle. Usually it's the caster that gives me issues. But for this guy to show up here, it's never ever happened. And then for them to be fighting it, that's just bonus. So I could do this. The problem is it would hurt her. What's the best thing to do here?
Time to strike.
Nothing important is ever easy.
I just need to status quo this one. Nothing to do. Nothing to see here.
Let's turn someone inside out. No escape.
Wow. So we got
What's
the
inside?
big boulette here. When an enemy damages the wearer gains wrath. This is more of a barbarian item. Everything else is just garbage. Then let's not forget to loot this guy. Philro the Forgotten. So he sort of went mad. So, Guardian of the Adamantine Forge. Dorn knows. So he was with a party of people that was sent down here to find the forge. He's the only person who's quote-unquote alive right now. Everybody else has been turned into stone.
An adamantine forge hidden deep below.
Seems it's guarded by a protector of some sort. Something weak to this hot hammer.
This is part of the spear. Remember we had a piece of the spear? I don't remember who was holding it. Alright. And then the whole point of going up this tree I don't know if you recall, there was a forge in that goblin town. Right here. Susser tree bark. It's the only place in the game you can get it.
I've got the plans and the Susa bark. Now I need somewhere to craft it. The forge at the blacksmith's house should do.
So, I mean, that was a nice little clue, right? And we got a little, teleporter here, so we could actually go to the forge, do our business, and then come right back. Lickety split. This is Phil Rowe's campsite. There's a tattered scroll, some food. That tattered scroll I think there's a way to read that scroll. Like you gotta cast something and then you could read it and it actually makes real words. It's like encrypted somehow. I don't remember what you have to do to be able to do that. Oh, okay, I don't need to walk down. So, we could go right back to the Blighted Village. And just come down here.
I'll give it a shot.
Want your bag?
Where's the thing to cast this familiar? Oh, here it is.
This should
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Still breathing.
I know they're annoying, but they absorb hits,
On my feet.
so you don't have to. And sometimes, just sometimes, they even,
Time to get this thing fired up.
Okay. So we have to put... You know what? I'm gonna save it, because I don't know what happens if I get this wrong. So we have to put the Susser bark in there. And it just looks like a piece of wood. Here it is. And what it does is it turns the fire blue.
Now, for a great sword, dagger, or sickle.
So then I click on this, and I take this great sword that I laid on the ground, right?
The roaring furnace awaits an offering. A candy-sweet scent wafts forth. The Susa bark infuses the weapon from within the flames. The flames sputter away. The sword is complete.
Okay, so now we have the Susser bark great sword. So if I give that to Lizelle,
This will be done.
here you can see it's a +7 to hit, 6 to 16 damage. They're more or less the same. The only difference is this one silences targets. So if she hits a mage, it can't cast spells. So, I mean, it's not that great. I mean, the paladin sword is arguably just as good, right? But being able to silence a mage can be pretty handy. Right, so here we are. We're back,
Objective
right
noted.
back where we started.
Have such a headache.
And like I said, we're doing the world tour. We're going around the. I mean, you see all this black up here? There's nothing there. I mean, we're literally going around the Underdark, and we'll get to the spots.
On my way.
Now this
Might be
here
useful.
is where you usually fight the thing. And see, and look at that scratch. He always finds stuff.
Something over there.
We don't want the rotten carrot, but everything else we'll take. And then there's also...
Excellent.
We're gonna dig up the grave. Or maybe you just click
The
on
rock under your feet juts upwards, forming a perfectly engraved tombstone with a small epitaph. In memory of Nirna, a shining light in this dark world, may you forever gaze upon the lake you loved to play in. As you dig, you slowly expose the skeletal remains of a large dog wearing a chunky leather collar.
What's this? A collar covered in runes.
Okay, so this
It
color...
must do something. Damned if I know what.
His dog color will help us later. We're going to be going inside of somebody's house, and the dog color allowed them to go through like a doggy door, so it's basically a way to get past the security.
All is ash and meat. What path lies before me?
So yeah, that big beetle thing that was really hard to kill, this is where it usually comes out and attacks you. It's right here. And there's only one of them, so we killed it. It's and those things helped
More
us
for
kill
me.
it, which is impressive. Because normally we have to fight those things on our own. But it is funny how they all just came out all at once. Down here, you can get a glimpse. This is where the Dweger are. And we're going to do the big battle with them. And you can see how it's like multiple levels and bridges everywhere. So it's like really hard to get to them if you have melee characters. Okay, so from a map perspective, we just went, the village is here, we came down here, we went this way, and then the field up here is where we rescued the dwarf, right? So we came over here, did that, and then now we went this way, around the lake, and we're back to here. So, as you can tell, I did all of this. There's a temple over here we still need to do. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go here towards where the Dweger are, and we're going to have to fight them. And then there's the house I was referring to with the dog is down here. And then some way or another we're going to get over to where the temple is. There's some way to do that. Like right here is where we jump across, and I think that might still be the way we have to use to get there. I'm not sure if this area and this area are connected. We'll find out. My memory's a little rusty. There's also some annoying spots here where you have to climb up to the top, and this is directly underneath the hag's house. And you'll see that in a bit as well. So yes, technically you can get to the hag's house from down here. So we were already up there. That just takes us back to the village. I am going to save it because we did burn some of our spells. I might not be as prepared as I should be here. And I do need to be able to see invisibility. It lasts until long rest, so I am going to go ahead and do that right now.
Looks like an ambush.
Yep, right there's one guy sitting. See, he's sitting right there.
Jack, got someone sneaking up on us.
What's this? Got ourselves an infiltrator. You move pretty quietly. Not quietly enough for my liking, though. Noise gets you eaten down here. Reckon I'll hush you before something hungry comes along.
His gnarled fist grips an axe.
A purebred dog of war from that snarl. You can walk, but spoil my hunt, and you're dead. Told you, hunting. Slave ran away, took Sergeant Thrin's boots. Gotta kill the slave and fetch back the leather. Or the bosses in Moonrise will have Thrin's hide. Sergeant told me to. Besides, we're talking about a slave. Oh, look at that. Swift work. You could teach our slaves a thing or two. You want to take those boots to Sergeant Thrin in the camp across the Ebon Lake. I'll stay back here. See if I can find some more
I never knew
gnomes.
that they were looking for
Few
boots.
more, and I reckon I
This
can
is, like,
become a
new for
true
me.
soul.
I want to kill these guys. I don't want to let them live. So there's this guy here, and the one I was looking for is there's one back here. But, yeah, we're gonna
What now?
just go into hiding. And, work.
Your indiscreet killing has earned you a new
Well, one less new foe, because that one's dead.
Taking position.
Actually, being able to silence this guy is really good, because he's sort of like a cleric. And he still did it. I thought I silenced him. Jerk. Alright. We have our doggo. There's two guys back here. There's not just one. The other one was usually right in here. So I might as well put the dog in stealth.
Blood in the air. Step quick.
And they play this stupid game where they run, like it's a circle here. So we send some around each side and hope that they can hold their own.
Can't give up.
I can't heal everybody at once.
Moving.
There he is. Yep, you can always see him.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
The good news is they don't have a lot of hit points. Whoever's way down there... That's right, there's another one. There's always more. bird's awesome. They don't do a lot of damage, but it's still pretty nice. I will lose hit points if I jump to there. Whoa, 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 see? The camera moved right when I clicked. Alright, the other guy is still here somewhere. So I'm in for a rude awakening when he comes out of his invisibility. There he is.
I miss this.
I mean, these...
Time to move.
This archery skill thing is so deadly.
Let's finish this. On I go.
And this is the power of magic missile. Oh, he had that spell. That jerk.
Survival is all that matters. Don't waste a step.
Can't quite get that there. That was a good hit. Yeah, he's got some kind of super armor on. Really not taking a lot of damage. Oh, that's why you want to kill that guy. What a jerk.
Let's spill some blood. Quickly.
And all of his summons are still alive.
Need to stay focused. Got to move.
Time to push my luck again. Best be on my way.
Oh no, I meant to do healing word. I guess that will help her. Now, see, I'm completely out of my healing spells now. I'm in a bit of a pickle. Oh, they get an attack of opportunity if I do this. I didn't realize that. Crap. Well, she might be going down.
Hungry for the slaughter. Come on then.
I got one of them down.
Focus.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Good, 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 good. Bad, 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 bad. Good, 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 good. So the reason you would charm them, and that time it didn't work, but if they have multiple attacks and you charm them, they stop attacking you. Ooh, see, it healed by 1. Whatever the extra damage that happened to him, it healed him by 1.
Dance.
Alright. I ended up killing... I got a 2-for-1 special there. Alright. A little bit challenging, but we were able to do it.
What's hiding here?
I'm gonna switch to...
I crave blood.
Still in control.
Well, let's do this to get a quick
Some
heal.
rest's better than none.
We'll switch to Lysel. The invisibility can really wreak havoc on you.
Better stop to rest soon.
The reanimating of the corpses is a reminder of why that one guy is your priority. Of course, I don't remember until now. I don't think Vampiric Touch... Like, that's a really nice axe. If you're axing me. All sellable stuff.
An efficient path.
Did we loot this guy? No, we didn't.
What creatures thrive in a lake this dismal?
Okay, so if we take this boat, it goes to another section of the Underdark. And that section is a whole crapload of stuff. Like, it's another whole area to clear. Just as big as the area I'm clearing now. Like, this map that you see here, right? All of this that you see is just as big as wherever we're gonna go. It's a forge, like an old ancient forge, and the Dwagar have control over it, and there's a lot of dynamics there. But once you finish clearing all that out, there's a stairway that goes to Moonrise Towers, or towards Moonrise Towers, which triggers Act 2. And like I said, there's a whole other map, just as big as this one, where the Githyanki Creche is. And you can walk through that map, and then there's like, just imagine that there's a trail, and like this is the exit, right? You just go off the edge of the map, and that also takes you to Act 2. There's two different ways to get to Act 2. And where you show up on the Act 2 map is actually going to be different, based on which direction you go. I prefer to go through the Ancient Forge. And there's a lot of reasons for it. The Ancient Forge actually, you have the ability to forge some pretty cool items. Are they super cool now that I've played the game and know, where all the items are? No. In fact, but there's some armor there that's, good enough to last you until the end of the game. And the weapons probably not as much, but they're still good. Have I ever played where I go through the Githyanki area? And the answer is no. Largely because the forge has just got so much stuff there. But you could theoretically skip the entire forge and just go through the Githyanki Creche and go to Act 2 that way. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. And maybe you would be a slightly lower level. But at the same time, you do hit max level as soon as you hit Act 3, which, maybe it's because I do too much here. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I just know that the Forge has a lot of great quests and opportunities, and it's a little annoying to do, but anyways, all you have to do is go here, get on the boat, and then off you go. And then, of course, there's another teleport somewhere. I don't know where it was. It says right here. How come I can't see it? Oh, right there it is. So I think we discovered that one. Yes. So a couple of things here. This path, it's a dead end, so we can take this path first. And then there's even a opportunity to jump onto there.
Something over there.
And get a gold necklace. That's it. There's just a gold necklace.
Securing.
That's curious.
Let's have a look. Curious.
And I bet our little halfling dude is stuck. He is. So you just hit the map. We're gonna go to the Myconic colony. And there he is. He's no longer stuck. He could have always just jumped off and taken some hit point damage.
Perhaps, but at such an extent. Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. I observed the fight from a distance. Combat is not my field of expertise. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Okay. So A lot of little trinkets, really. An acid vial. I gotta check. We can sell these. You gotta be careful when you get click happy. Only $1 short. Alright, so we took all of his money. We need to go camp. Oh, sorry.
Keep it together. These boots have seen everything.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
Okay.
Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. From transforming into a mind flayer, yes. But that is not the only thing these parasites can do. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute, and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you. I have powers of my own. Unique powers. But know that we are alike. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells. They need me. I have to go. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
So, she's more or less selling the truth. Some things are being hidden. So the little cube, or whatever you want to call it, that the Githyanki device that Shadowheart has, there is a Githyanki trapped inside of it. And he is using the powers of that cube to prevent us from being controlled. But the Githyanki inside of it doesn't appreciate it, and he's trying to fight back to get the powers back. The Githyanki inside of it is not using those powers to save anybody. So it's one of those things where neither of them are evil, but one is not helping the other when they should. And anyways, that's the situation. And yeah, if you were really playing this in earnest,
Something's on my
you would
mind.
like talk to Karlak and
Another visit from the Golden Paladin. It said we'll get the answers we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
so I'm seeing what, a tiefling, she's seeing a golden paladin, like everybody sees a different image.
Indeed.
And there is a way, like we can say, here we go.
You did? Wow. That was sound of you. Why'd you do it? Glad to be counted among them.
And you can get them to
Really glad.
like you more.
Wish I could have been there to watch those Ignots crumble. But I'm just happy they're off my tail. Then again, facing them down might have put my tin can into overdrive. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. Wild, right? And believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic back. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was a weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty.
Alright, so what we could do is we can, I mean, it's not that much effort.
Just so you know, I don't judge you for what happened to that bard, Alfira. But the look of guilt on your face was priceless. I don't care, really. But you could have been more subtle about it. Oh, darling, I'm hurt. It sounds awful.
Alright, so then we get her to join us.
Hey, soldier.
Fuck yes.
I do like having her with you. So, like I said, there's a mod that lets you have up to 12 people in your party. And I just love the concept, and the game plays perfectly, except for one place, that boat, the one I was just telling you about. That boat that takes you to the other part of the Underdark, that boat can only handle 4 people, and the game will crash if you have more than 4. So you have to reduce your party down to 4 just to take the boat. Then you can go back to camp and get your party back up to 12, and for the rest of the game you can play with 12. Anyways, the whole reason I'm suggesting this, the game does get a tad on the easy side, which is not bad, because if you're learning how to play, it's a great way to learn. But here's the perfect part. you don't have to choose which characters you're taking with you for storyline purposes. They're all with you. So I take Halsin, I take Karlak, I take all of them, and they all have a role on my team, and we play out their storyline. And every time you're talking to some blacksmith, there's some subtle conversation that happens because you had so and so in your party. You may not even have known that would have changed unless you had that person in your party. And so it's really cool. It's a great way to discover the game and to discover all the storylines and play them out. And then, you can hire the hirelings, the ones that don't talk. So that way you get up to 12, because there's really not 12 people right now to even be in my party. But yeah, you can absolutely, do it. Put it up on the hardest settings, and trust me, it's not going to be that hard. Every now and then your biggest issue is, like when we were on the tree, they're blocking each other, so they get in each other's way. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the grove to go talk to that blacksmith for her.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target. Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens. Believe me, I know that better than most. But the vast, vast majority of soul coins are put to use by devils. Better for us to use. Next time we're in a mad battle, you'll...
I mean, it is cool. And I think we sold a couple of our soul coins. Oh, here's 3 of them. I'll give them to her. I mean, why not? And yes, we could level her up. And actually, I would like to see what's the new class that they have for the barbarians. Looks like it's a berserker. No, it's a giant. That's the new class. So the wild magic it's wild. The wild heart is the one I think I liked the most. Although my son plays the berserker and he does a tremendous job. It uses rage and stuff. Like, he's definitely convinced me that it's a great way to play as the barbarian. The berserker is very powerful. But this is the new one. It's a giant where they get a massive carrying capacity. They get a giant's rage. And something that doesn't matter. And of course they can take a feat. So for them, the Savage Attacker is also very good. They get an extra attack, just like the fighter does. I mean, you're just doing that for fun, because we're not going to actually have her in our party.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
But Karlak is very chill. These two bicker and argue all the time. You know who else is really cool? Will. Will's very cool. His dilemmas are heart-wrenching, but he's very cool. And like I said, Karlak's situation is she's dying. She's basically got a ticking time bomb. She has to go back to Avernus in order to avoid death. And so that's her curse. She's going to be there forever. And you can actually, if you're her lover, you can actually choose to go there with her. Which is quite the ending.
I want to have a word.
Thought I sensed an inferno around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallogized Demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that that thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a...
I'd worry about surviving the night first.
Hey, soldier. I think we picked up some of that infernal iron already. What say you? Should I give it to him? Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, find me again in Baldur's Gate. Take care, Karlach.
And he's correct. In Baldur's Gate, there'll be more. The other thing is that the Infernal Iron, we can give it to him in Baldur's Gate, and he'll make us some pretty cool items. I think we can even do it in Act 2. And so, yeah, we burned one by giving it to her, but there's plenty. The Infernal items, Iron does make good items, but you only need a few. You don't need every last drop. But anyways, there you have it. So we're going to go back to camp and drop her off.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Soldier? Sounds boring. Ah.
Moving in.
It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous. And if that fails, then... Now, was there anything else? Darling.
He definitely has charm. Like I said, the two most good-hearted is Will and Karlach. The druid is a hornball, but he's a good guy as well. And I thought he was with us. Maybe not. And then, Shadowheart is mysterious. And then Lizelle is not trusting. But once she starts trusting you, and if you do the romance thing, she's actually quite good to have. Her heart changes too. But anyways, sometimes I just make cultlings or hirelings just so I don't have to deal with the storyline stuff. I did a playthrough where I let all of them die. So I literally had an empty camp. It was just me and the hirelings, and it's just pure silence. It can be pretty enjoyable. Alright. Getting back, let's go back to the beach. I sometimes debate, do I need a wizard in my party? Because right now, she's helping, but like, would I do better if I had, for example, a barbarian? I think 90% of the time the answer is yes, but there are times when having her is really, really good. Because you need the spells.
The work of a bullet, I believe. A land shark.
Oh, I was too close. Okay, so apparently, yeah, we can go up this, which is fine. And then over here, okay, so see this circle of mushrooms? We're going to activate that, but we have to climb to the top of the hill to do that, and then
Half this drow's body is crushed. Must have fallen from pretty high up.
so anyways, you can see she's dead because she fell.
I'll take that.
And then, if you'll notice, this highlighted and then disappeared. Some of these ledges are illusions. And so that's our issue. So what you do is you separate the party, you take your best jumper, and get her up on that ledge. Then we gotta choose left or right. And I believe left is the proper way. And then we're gonna choose... choose this one, I believe. Here we go. Oh, that wasn't the right one.
Best to watch my step.
I guess I am going right. Then we're going to this one.
Interesting.
So we got another one that disappeared on us. I think this is where I go left. And I think that's an illusion. I really do. We're gonna find out, aren't we? Nope, we're good. Alright, so we made it to the top. And many of these are illusions.
Onward.
And then if I click on this mushroom circle, it activated the one down below. And there we are. So there's the dead drow. So all we have to do is click on the mushroom circle, and now, whoops, do it with the whole party together, and boom, now we're all up here. So there are some more ledges you can try to jump.
Found and taken.
And if you go this way, you can see it's shimmering.
Someone didn't want us intruding, which means there's something worth finding.
And then there's another mushroom circle. You click on that one. And so you can see we're at a waterfall here. With some meat and blah blah blah. And right here, there's a door, just like before. And you can walk through it to get into the realm. And right there's where the boss battle was. So if you do it this way, you bypass all those gas traps. So it's arguably a better way to get here. And you don't have to go through all of her traps. You don't have to fight those weird things that were being mind controlled. None of that stuff. And it's even the same door that you have to talk to get in. But anyways, I never do it, but it is here. It's an option. And it definitely, I mean, you're advanced level gamer to know to do that. That's not something you figure out your first playthrough. At least not until you get here, and then it's like it's too late because you already killed her. Alright, so coming back, we do want to go up this. I'm a little disoriented, but yeah, we're going up this way. And then, oh yeah, if we go this way, that's the special house I was telling you about. And then, I don't know what's the arcane tower. That's down here, huh? I'm curious now. So if we go back, we go this way, yes, that's the, there's a special house here. And then the arcane tower they were saying is, if we go this way, not this path, right? Oh, it's the way we were going. We're disoriented. This is north. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. It's this way. Bear with me. I guarantee you I've done this a million times. It's just my memory is poor. So I'm walking along. Oh! The arcane tower is the special building I was telling you about. I was disoriented. This is something else. So let's go. So if I go this way, oh, that's because that's the witch's hut, or the hag's hut. Okay, I'm oriented now. I'm oriented, sorry. Okay, we want to go up. But there is something here. There's a lot of cocoons, and they're usually...
Keep your distance, darling. Let's crack it open.
They're usually worthless, is what I was trying to say.
A resupply station. I wonder if Lolth's pets left anything good.
There you go, say +1 studded leather. So Lolth is like a god of spiders, I think.
Watch your back.
And this whole thing is like a Lolth worship thing. You can pause and read if you'd like, it's just flavor. And
a little souvenir. I wonder.
That's pretty much it. I mean, you could look in the cocoons and you might get something. Just a little prayer thing. Gonna let our thief lead the way here. Alright, so here's the deal. There is a big battle up this way, and the camera's not letting me zoom. I'll walk closer. We just won't climb up. The camera still won't let me. There we go. There's a big battle up here. It's on multiple levels, up here and down here. And you need people on both because the thing flies around. We're going to fight one of those beholders. You know, the thing that we put under the goblin camp? There's one here. And he's nasty and he's super upgraded because we're in heroic mode and all that jazz. The people that we're looking for the forge are turned to stone here. They're all petrified. And we really can unpetrify them. I actually have basilisk oil that I could use on them. But even during the battle, what happens is she zaps them and unstones them, but then she mind controls them. So then you end up fighting these guys. What I will tell you is I've rescued them with the basilisk oil before she did. So then they're fighting for me, right? Against her. The moment the battle's over, they don't trust you, they don't know who you are, so they attack you anyway, so you end up killing them. So you're killing them either way, it's just whether or not you're doing it with her. Now, the thing I meant to say is that this whole area, you can see there's a dead person here, it's all riddled with traps. And then you see you got this nonsense too, at the very top. So the way you solve it is you go here, and you jump. And you climb up.
No one stopped me yet.
And so this dude needs to figure out how to get there. It's too high. So I can't quite get him there. I did have a potion of glorious vaulting that I sold, and I mocked it and said, I never need that. That's probably what I need it for right here. I don't have a fly spell. I mean, I guess I could go. There's a reason I do it this way.
Quick step.
And I play halflings all the time, so maybe it's because
I'll just.
I can disarm him.
Traps. How considerate.
I needed a solid 30. That was big. So I was able to shut that one off.
Be careful. There are traps about.
See that vent? That backpack is covering the vent. That's what's happening there. It's like if I had like an old shield or something. There it is.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out.
Critical success. Even better. There we go. Now he can come up. I got really lucky doing that, to be quite honest.
What's in here?
Yeah, get out of there, get out of there.
That might be worth it.
Okay, that was a little crazy. I don't remember that. Don't touch the backpack next time. Alright, so one of them has... See, I have the basilisk oil right here. So I'm going to throw it on him. glad he's attacking the elf. So there you go. We brought him to life just so... See, he's got a heart on him because he's under control. You got to get out of the darkness if you want to have any chance of doing anything. Alright, his spell's gone.
Time to kill.
And yeah, we're gonna murder, death, kill this guy. Absolutely. See, he's got that paranoid dream thing, just like before.
Where do I go from
missed.
here?
I am going to do this. Then we're gonna do bless. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're gonna lacerate him.
You bow, or you break.
Can't move anymore. So we're still gonna attack him, but yeah. See, that's necrotic, so I don't think I can heal her. There we go. Alright, so what's the best way to wreck this guy?
You can feel death's cold grip.
Well, that was pretty wild.
A little help, please.
What's going on with me? How's he able to attack me? Did I save this? This is ridiculous. He just keeps paralyzing me. What a jerk. You are a duty head. He's down to, look at that, 12 health is all he had. This is pretty wild. All three of them are dead. They can't attack me, but he could paralyze me for whatever reason. And that's all he does, is he just keeps re-paralyzing me. Then eventually the 10 rounds are going to be up and... Yeah, this is a pointless exercise. Oh, we're all the way back there. Sometimes you're dumb. Who's a dumb guy with 5 fingers on one hand? This guy. Or a dumb guy with 2 thumbs. That's what. Who has 2 thumbs and is dumb? This guy. Oh my gosh, we're all the way back at camp. I had to have... This is ridiculous. I didn't even save it when I started to climb.
Have I been
You always save it before you start climbing. Oh my gosh. That was a huge mistake on my part. A lot of time lost. Now granted, I'm not as confused as I was before, but still.
Something's burrowed in there. Something big. Half this drow's body is crushed. Must have fallen from pretty high up.
I found something. Oh, action, not reaction. Best to watch my step.
It's the same one I fell down last time. You know, this isn't even necessary. There's hardly anything up here worth getting.
Take my pick.
What's this?
I think we get experience points for going through here, and then we'll just turn around and come back.
Someone didn't want us intruding.
There we go.
Which means there's something.
How delicious.
Never a dull moment.
What a day. A crooked touch. A resupply stash. I wonder if it'll
So I critically succeeded at
go.
these traps up above here. Yeah, it's really dumb of me. I critically succeeded, and then I didn't save it.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
I'm pretty sure that if I go into her spell book, she has the jump spell. She does not. Then maybe I'm the one that has the jump spell. I do not. I could have sworn that one of the two of us got the jump spell. I ended up taking that spell instead of the jump.
Mind never quiet.
You know what? I usually have Misty Step by now. That's how I resolve this. Did you take Misty Step? I took this instead, thinking I needed this, but it's really the Misty Step that... Yep. Alright, well...
Indolence breeds madness.
That's one way to do it, right? I love this game. This game has everything. Alright. The player order is... You use the F1 keys to switch between them, and...
How many died today?
Alright, so now we bypass the...
Walk in death.
And I'm hitting F5 right now. Because apparently it comes the moment I use my oil. I swear to you, I thought we could even crawl all the way up here before,
Something over there.
before he comes out. Alright, saving it again. We're going to use that basilisk oil. Get at least one guy on our side. Our guy survived. That's right.
Yes, here.
Time to strike.
This is where she cast Frighten when I tried to walk up to her. But if I do this... I know I'm immobile, but I'm right there. Why can't I... That's really lame. We at least silenced it.
Onward.
Nothing will stand in my way.
I am fury. I am death.
There you go. It's amazing what a small difference makes, right? But we're still in combat because these jerks are still fighting us, I think.
I am fury. time to waste. Can't afford to let up.
Still on my feet. On my way.
Ah, she's blocking my way. Those cutting words remove my sanctuary, by the way. That's something I need to remember. There we go.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
See, I can kill them, but
What's
I
in
can't,
here?
like, unless I have another, one of those potions, which I don't think I do. They're very hard to find.
Well, hello. Certainly.
Then you can go loot them. They see they don't have, they just have junk.
Yes, let's.
Be extra careful because of that. There we go. Alright, so then all you have to do is walk over here and up through the window. So we bypass the,
Well, hello.
so there's the book In Search of the Night Song.
Interesting.
Basically, we gotta go to Moonrise Towers, is what it's saying. Night Song's not here. And then, my memory is fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure I can do something here to shut off those beams, so the defenses are no longer happening. I just don't remember what that is. I would swear it was something on her. I mean, those are just training dummies.
A quick rummage.
I mean, I guess we could try to shoot them, but yeah, that doesn't do anything. I know you can shoot these, I think, and or maybe, oh, that's it. Shoot the crystal. And that shut it off. And there should be a lever somewhere that opens that. I don't remember where the lever is. I mean, you could obviously picklock it, or lockpick it. But there's a lever somewhere. I swear to you. I feel like I'm... And yeah, here's a teleporter. So we can always teleport back. So technically, you never needed to crash that crystal. We could have just left it as is, because technically the outpost is no longer being defended. I don't know what difference that makes.
Easy.
Alright, in here are some pretty decent things. First, we have the gilded chest.
That might be
A helmet of smiting. This is perfect for a paladin, of course. When you do a smite spell, only paladins have those. They gain temporary hit points equal to their charisma. So really, really good for paladins. And then back in here is one of the best items for a cleric.
Trout.
Probably in that
How
one.
considerate.
So right here, luminous armor. Okay, so if you look at the luminous armor, it's a medium armor, which perfect for a cleric type person. The wearer deals radiant damage, and they cause a radiant. When the wearer deals radiant damage, they cause a radiant shockwave. So a cleric does a lot of radiant damage with a lot of their. Well, actually, I might want to wear that because I can do radiant damage as well. So this is when I inspire an ally, I heal 4. I actually think the luminous is better. Am I proficient in it? Yes. I think my AC got worse. Nope, it got a lot better. Yeah, so, what causes radiant damage? Right there, 2d8 radiant. And I'm gonna get possibly a few more, because I'm not a cleric. I'm only 2 levels of cleric, but I could still get some spells that a cleric can also get, because I'm in the College of Lore. And so, anyways, long story short, what does this thing do? Right now, it doesn't do much, but when I start to get better spells that deal radiant damage, and I think there's even a ring where I can just automatically do radiant damage every time I hit something. What it does is it causes a radiant shockwave, which means that the damage goes to all the other monsters that are near it. It's almost like a chain lightning, if you will. So, and then it leaves a, it leaves a radiant, like, little light above their head. It'll be extremely effective in Act 2.
Need to find a way forward.
It's a super, super nice. If you have a pure cleric, it's even better. I'm sort of mishmashing. So I gave up a little bit of healing ability so I can have that, which is fine. So we can go back to the beach. There we go.
Scorch marks. Eyes keen and ears open.
Okay, so this thing shoots laser beams and will obliterate you.
Is that blood? No. Never mind.
If you run, it'll miss.
Enough waiting.
As long as you stay running.
Objective noted. I'm ready.
Whoop, hold on.
Action, not reaction.
She's got one aiming at her right now.
My faith protects me. Have to keep pushing.
Over there.
Okay, so the deal is I'm pretty sure we can just run all the way up here, and the problem is when you're running from here, you're running directly towards that beam, and so the beam might actually get to hit you. Because the reason this beam was missing is because we were running, you know, perpendicular to it. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, right here. So I'm going to form my party, and we're all going to go. So we survived pretty well there. Then we're just going to climb up, and then we're going to just run for this door. Okay, whatever screw up just happened. Alright, that wasn't pretty, but we got here. It's so funny. I used to be a master of this. So what's the deal? They can climb up here, but apparently I have to jump off? Like, it wouldn't let me just walk up and then walk around. Anyways. Front door is locked.
A light without a wick.
These
How
will
are you
light
going
up
to use the
once
damn thing?
the house requires magic to light up, and right now the magic is off. If I could get this stuff to light up, those things will shut off. There's one more thing inside the house right here. So what I need to do is I have to run into the house, and I want to open this door and come out to this ceiling, and that's my task. There's one over here. I mean, we could do the same thing over here, but the left side is the ideal one, and I'm gonna save it one more time, but that's our mission. We're gonna run and get in here. Alright.
I can do better. I must.
Shut the door so nobody goes through there by accident. Gets themselves killed. And we can do a short rest.
Just a brief respite.
Alright, I'm gonna pause real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, rock and roll. I just realized only one of us has to go down here. I think it can be Asterion.
Step quick.
So you jump down. This part's not so bad, right? You're jumping down, and
Nothing hurts anymore.
I thought I had.
I wonder what the next move is.
So you need Featherfall, but it's no big deal. You can just take the damage.
Close.
See, it's 11 hit points. I bet I have a potion of Featherfall. Although, this is the stuff, like, if you're well versed in the game, you keep one potion of Featherfall, you keep one potion of Glorious Jumping, or Vaulting, or whatever. Yeah, we don't have it. That just means he's going to take some damage. No big deal. Speaking of
Let's
which,
get on with it.
while we were on this subject, yep, 3 spells for her. She has it. So I can remove that, for example. And that's a ritual one, so there we go. Oh, did he not get it? Dang it.
Careful, I bite.
What's next?
Alright, now, piece of cake. Take no damage at all.
Don't linger.
Actually, to be quite honest, the whole party can.
Where am I? What's going on?
Blackets will be done. My faith will guide me.
Oh, the featherfall wore off.
Throb. Blood whispers.
So this hole, if you're a druid, you can shrink down into like a mouse. You can go through it.
Moving ahead.
Okay, couple of things down here. Some alchemy stuff. I think there was a way you could dig. Or no, maybe it's over here you can dig.
What's that?
She needs that. And then here's another one of those blooms, right? Those same blooms that we found up above.
Here we go.
Trust no one. Hardly a challenge.
Alright, so now we're in the basement. And there's a lot of alchemy stuff here.
Don't waste a step. That might be worth a look.
That's the hole that you would have come through. This is talking about sussur tree flowers. More alchemy stuff. Definitely search the books here. Some of these are actually really good. Like Githan Mind Flayers gives you some nice lore. But there's also some really good spells in here. But the big item we're doing is we're going here to the power generator. And what does it need? It needs a sussur bloom flower. So now the whole house is powered up. The elevator's working. And all the shooty things have shut off. And all the lights turned on. Then I don't need this, so I'm going to send it to camp. You can see this is another clue, right? There's withered ones here. They give you lots of clues to let you know you need to put one in there. Then you come up the stairs. Something's not right. There we go. Alright, so now we're on the first level. As you can see, there's not much to do on the first level, except go to the elevator.
Something good here, I hope.
Alright, there's only one button, and that's ascend. So now we're up another level. And the things to do here.
Always room for more.
Let's go hurt someone.
Alright, so one of the mushrooms we needed for our quest is Timus spores. There just happens to be 3 of them. There's a traveler's chest. And then the other thing we need is a Tongue of Madness. So this is our quest right here. You can see we got an update, and that's enough to
Cursed to put my hands on
go
everything.
back right now if you wanted, and we can actually call it a day. We don't have to do anything else. This book is important to read. How can I trust? How will I ever know? How can I show myself my darkest me?
Seems like the owner was quite the literary type.
We go up again. And this should be the floor. Yeah, this is the floor where the thing was shooting at us. So we are very familiar with this door. This is where we went and jumped down. So we got that covered. We can now slow down a little bit and... What is that? Okay. Gonna open the front door. These dusty books, make sure you read them. That play is important to know.
That chest. I can feel its magic.
So this chest lets you put stuff in and it like disguises it. So it looks like it's a regular goblet, but when you take it, right? So when I took it, it's not actually a goblet. So if I do, what's the latest thing I grabbed? I think it turned into, so here, when I put this in, see it turned into boots. And then a scroll, a gold ingot, and a hearthlight bomb. So, and here's the other funny thing, is right there is Featherfall. So, technically, if you figure out how to run into the house and go to this side of the house, you can get the boots for Featherfall and then run to the other. I guess I never bothered. But yes, so some people came with a, I don't know, they had like this ingenious way of, you know, using this to store your items, because the heavy items, like your armor, you put it in here and it turns into a goblet or a cup. And so it went from being 13 pounds down to 1 pound. And so it was sort of like a way to transform the weight. I don't bother with it, because you can actually pick up the whole thing and put it in your inventory. I just leave it be. But yes, it is a really cool thing, and you could even, I thought I read this book already. I did. 1 second. I have a Kickstarter that they refused to ship the Kickstarter to me because it's made in China and they don't want to pay the tariffs. So I have been emailing them, and they're willing to air freight it to me if I'm willing to pay. I think it's $50. I don't know the final price, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. But I don't trust Kickstarters that will not ship your product. Like, I have 2 Kickstarters right now that have taken my money, and I'm never going to see the game. And I'm really getting very distrusting of some of these companies. And this particular one is, the game is called Company of Heroes. And it's a great game, but the designer died. So his family, who is not game designers, have worked very hard, I mean, to their credit, to finish this in his memory and in his honor. But this isn't their Kickstarter. Like, they have very little, other than they want to do it for their, you know, their dead family member, you know, in memory of him. There's no other motivation for them to do this. And so they're refusing to ship the U.S. stuff. And from my perspective, I'd rather pay $50 and get my game than just be stuck in some weird limbo and have them move on, right? Because it's a weird spot. The Madeira from What's Your Game? I own the game Madeira. They had a deluxeified upgrade package, which I think I only had to pay $30 or something for. That whole Kickstarter is not delivering, and a lot of people are very angry, and they paid a lot more money than me. They paid like $200, because they bought the whole original game. I own the game, so I just needed the upgrade parts. So I got a little bit lucky on that one. And then very recently, another game company, I think it's called the Sixth Kingdom. They bailed. They literally wrote us and said, we used your money to pay for a previous Kickstarter of another game, which I think is illegal. I don't know how they're getting away with that, but they used all of our money to get another game, and now they're out of money and don't have anything left to finish this one. So, I was really looking forward to that one. And actually, I did a YouTube series covering that, because the game is on Tabletop Simulator. So we actually played that game on my channel. Alright, so we're just going to keep going. We still haven't found a single spell There's one. Would you tame a bullet? Bullet is not a pet. I think the bullet ended up eating her. Ooh, haste is a good one to know. I think she already knows Featherfall. Darkness is a good one. Oh, right here, the torn out paper. It's all part of a poem, and you need to know all the different pieces of the poem. And as long as you read the right book, the option will show up. So you don't have to, like, memorize everything. Alright, so this mage's friend... give it to her, a mage, of course.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Arcana +1, religious +1. Not hugely.
Onward then.
Not something to get super excited about.
New sounds to dampen dark oppression break. Is it the foe? That foul, contemptuous heel? Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. Command as you see fit, my lord, my liege.
Alright, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here, so I'm saving it. So I passed the
I'll go this way.
poetry test, and because we're in heroic mode, there's a lot more guys. Holy buckets, there's a lot more. This guy is tough, even in a regular game.
Command as you see fit, my lord, my liege.
So the reason why I saved it is one of these kills you.
If you do not know the deepest secret show, reveal the truth of what you wish to see.
There we go. So we got the guiding light. So this ring, all it does is it casts light. Which you would think is a nothing burger. But by having it on, it reveals a hidden room in here.
No time to
And I'm actually going to give her ring to him.
What to do?
At least for now. Because if anybody's going to be doing Arcana and Religion checks, it's going to be him because he's doing all the dialogue. So, now where is that room? And this, you need to know this poem too. It's another important thing to know.
One day I'll catch a break.
I want to say there's something back here. Or maybe over here.
My ring lit up.
Oh.
Must have been linked to that button.
Yeah, see that button? The ring highlighted a button. That's what it is. a new button shows up on the elevator when you have that ring on. That's what it is. Okay, so we can fight and kill this guy. If we do, he drops that little glaive that he has, which is really powerful. I mean, it's a nice challenging battle. You know, if you're trying to explore the whole game, it'll definitely... I mean, can we beat it? Yes. Should we beat it? I don't know. It's going to be a very tough battle. What does he drop? Yeah, he drops the glaive. That's it. You know what? Experience points aren't something we need, so we're going to get on and go to the basement, which is the new button. So that takes us here, which is somewhere we've not been yet. And there's some more Times spores. And this is where you really want to look at the shelves. Alright, we already have one of those. Give that to her. Yeah, so there's some pretty nice spells. I think she already has that one, but I'll take those. There's another one of those basilisk oils. Dark Vision, Bone Chill, and Dimension Door. Staff of Arcane Blessing. So this staff grants an additional 1d4 to saving throws and weapon attack rolls. And an additional 2d4 to spell attack rolls. 2d4, guys and gals. It also gives the Bless spell. So this is a huge upgrade for her.
There's work to do.
This one gave us that Melf's Acid Arrow, and like you see, a +1 to our attack rolls. This is a 2d4, so at minimum it's a +2. And you get a Bless spell on top of it, which, you know, it's just icing on the cake. But that 2d4 to the spell attack rolls, it's going to make it so these types of spells aren't going to miss as much. And it's very, 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 very good. Right there, Mistress Blessing. Fantastic staff. You want to go here.
Can't give up now.
Then we have a Gilded Chest. Even more spells for her. So this, the wearer can't be electrocuted. You want to equip this when you go upstairs to fight the other thing. So if you really did want to kill the guys upstairs, you would want to do that. So, what's her name? The person who owns this is at Baldur's Gate, but it was 10 years ago. So something happened to her. I'm not sure I figured out the lore of exactly what did happen to her.
Never wanted the easy path.
But yeah, fantastic items in here.
Not be cursed.
And then what happens is it takes us to a door, and then we get up to here, and there's a little lever. And this, of course, is where we came in, right? So we just came full circle. So we got two things we can do. We can go upstairs and kill the robot, or let's just get out of here. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna just get out of here.
What's next?
But we
I
picked up a
wonder?
bunch of spells, so let's see how many of these she can learn. Quite a lot of them. That's $1,100, but she just learned a boatload of spells, which is good. That's what a wizard's supposed to do. She does have this arcane recovery. Lets her restore some spell slots. You need to remember to use that.
Pull yourself together.
Alright, we want to go back to here.
Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle
Save the
with
game.
bones.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search for the mushrooms fared? These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Ormelium turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
So I think this is wisdom, and that's intelligence. Yeah. So we'll do a bless. We did
Dark
well.
holes bite at the edges of your vision, but the void cannot draw you in. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull.
We're gonna focus on a tune. Here we go again with the 20. I've never rolled so many 20s before.
Blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with
You don't want to lose these dice
more
rolls, by the
power
way.
than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Ormelium, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling. Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis. Indeed. Although I may have another solution, albeit a temporary one. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
I mean, these are all okay, but he just wants to know about the nautiloids, so you just choose this one.
A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me? What a brilliant experience. To feel one step closer to my ancestors is a fine gift indeed. Here, it is yours. May it serve you as well as it has served me.
That thing better work. If it doesn't, I doubt you'll be in any position to complain.
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
Okay, a couple of things just happened. I got more powerful. But here's the thing. I don't remember how I got more powerful. Like, what exactly did it do for me? And, oh, actually, here it is, right here. I gained this survival instinct where I can infuse a creature with psionic force. If it reaches 0, it heals instead of falling unconscious. So I can do this on an ally. And basically, if anybody goes to 0 hit points, they heal themselves instead of going down. So that's the thing where I got more powerful. It gave me that ability. Then the Ring of Mind Shielding. You have advantage on saving throws against Charmed. That's all it does. It's really a crappy ring, but for the final battle, it can help you because the Elder Brain does try to charm people. So you gotta basically hold on to it. And yes, in case I'm just spoiling everything, the final battle is against the Elder Brain. So, yeah. So you just gotta hold on to that thing. But the big thing is...
I greet you, son child.
Is this guy has items to sell. And this is the only... Like, there's a small window of time in the storyline where he actually sells stuff. So if you're going to buy something from him, you got to buy it now, because you're not going to be able to buy it later. So let's look. The wielder deals acid, fire, lightning, radiant, or necrotic damage. It becomes resistant. Yeah, that's okay. Well, the wearer is obscured in shadow. Interesting. Right here. You restore an additional 2 hit points every time you heal another creature. That is huge for me, right? Because I'm the healer. When you inflict a condition on a creature, you also inflict 2 turns of reverberation. Okay. Now, the condition in this case, this is where it gets complicated, but remember this one where you do radiant damage and it causes radiant shockwave? Well, there's eventually, yeah, see, I need these boots. This is the problem. You're either a healer or you're doing this stuff. The 2 turns of reverberation, here, let me hit the T button. It has a -1 penalty to strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws. And when the entity has 5 or more turns of reverberation, it takes 1 to 4 thunder damage and possibly falls prone. Now, what you do is, if you have a cleric of light wearing this light armor, you're going to be able to... There's going to be other equipment that you're going to find in Act 2 where you're going to be applying the light condition to them. And then every time you do, they gain a reverberation. And then eventually you're just doing thunder damage. And because when you apply the light condition, this causes it to shockwave, and it applies the light condition to everybody else that's around it. and then you're applying reverberation to everything. You see how it all stacks? So this thing is amazing. It makes your cleric a very powerful character. And one of my regrets is like, how do I make room for a cleric? I mean, I guess I could get rid of my wizard, and we could have another cleric in the party. That's the debate. Like, who do I take out? I could possibly pick the Lux myself and get rid of Asterion, but the reason I keep Asterion is because you've seen it. His dual hand bows are the highest damage dealing person in the party. He's our MVP in terms of damage. He's doing more damage than Lysel. So you could say, well, let's take out Lysel. Well, I mean, the thing is Lysel, as we gain levels, is going to get more and more powerful, and she'll rival him. And then the last thing comes, okay, then you get rid of the wizard, and then we can make a light cleric. And I just wish I had a fifth party spot, because it would be a cleric. And then maybe I wouldn't have to do 2 levels of cleric myself. And anyways, these are much more powerful than you think. It's just that you have to have the ability to apply a condition. And the condition could be as simple as just a light spell. So, like I said, now's the time to buy it. But here's the big one. The Pearl of Power Amulet. So what this does, I'm going to hold down the T again, is it lets you replenish expended spell slots up to 3rd level. And that's really good for your wizard. So the question is do I buy this? Because as much as I know this is really good, I don't know if we have a character that will use it. I mean, you could argue that Asterion, with his hand crossbows, but see, neither of them are. We're doing 2 acid damage, yes, but we're not applying a condition. That's the problem. Is we're not necessarily applying a condition to them. So it's possible that she could apply a condition. She's just using boots of speed. I mean, she could easily wear these. You know what? We have some decent money. Let's just add that. And like I said, you buy now or forever hold your peace when it comes to him. Alright, so let's start selling. I'm going to hold on to it for now. This whole light armor thing might not be a good call. I'll definitely get rid of that. And that, though. We're almost up to value. Offer me that much. Okay, we never ended up using this. There was a spot in the corner, and we must have walked right by it, where if you were wearing the collar, it would have dispensed the dog food. But it would have dispensed like an item that you could use. That's okay. We're past that point now. I think Dimension Door was the only one she couldn't learn. Oh, hold on. We're holding on to this. Here's why. What feat did I take for her? I think I gave her 2 intelligence. you can have her dual wield staffs. So then we can put this staff on her, and that gives her another +1 to her spell attack rolls. So we're going to roll 2d4 and +1. And you can have her dual wielding staffs. That is amazing. So you definitely want to do that. So don't sell this. And look at this. We put way more value in. So let's take some stuff back. What was I? This is not heavy, so we can easily carry that. And that's not heavy. We're getting close. Close enough for government work. And there you have it.
May your travels be safe.
All right. Let's do latest. So we're not sure if this will ever pan out, but we're going to go ahead and put it on. It's better than clicking your heels with speed. This one, again, you know how we're swapping to cast this? We would have to swap to cast that as well. But it's well worth it. It lets her restore up to a level 3 spell. Which right now, that's the highest level spell she knows. So she can get a fireball back or whatever. This is amazing for us. I don't need this anymore. So we're going to put that one on. So now we heal an additional 2 hit points. Which is good, good, good. And there you have it.
Perhaps, but at such an accelerated rate.
And then we want to go up and talk to the Sovereign. We're going to save it just so I... Sometimes you can click on the wrong thing and really screw up.
I'm coming along, just not fast enough. I'm almost sorry to hear it. I hope to have the pleasure myself. There's plenty more guarding my people, but I'd say you've made a fine start.
It greets you with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon. The music shifts, still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear? A new harmony. Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward.
There's some good stuff in there.
Before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow, striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
Do you see? Indulge one demand and it only breeds another.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do it.
The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
So it's easy enough to do. And do they still have what's his face? Yep. Mr. Glut is still over there. So it's right next to the husband-wife team.
For what?
So as you can see, we got 80 experience twice. And there's a couple things going on in here. First, a lot of stuff that. So we got the blush cap mushroom, another one, a scroll of blindness, a ray of sickness, and then the shadow of whatever, and then a blue cap mushroom, and then we're gonna search the corpse in a second. So this is a hat that shrouds you in shadows. So if you look at it, what does that do? It turns you invisible for 2 turns. So that's really good because we don't have.
Careful.
I mean, I do have the shadow spell. And see, he's right now wearing the headband of intellect. Doesn't help him that much. So I don't know who I would give that to.
Eager for battle.
We could just sell it, I guess. And last but not least, we have all kinds of goodies. Here's the icy metal, which I don't remember who has it. I'll give it to her. And then this.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals.
She's the wrong one. Maybe investigation. Well, she blew that out of the water.
The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
So it's the recipe for the forge we're going to go to. So now we know how to make something at the forge.
Last journal mentioned a guardian.
And we just picked up everything else. So yeah, we're gonna do Shadowheart here.
Can't afford to stay on.
We're gonna combine. That's not the right item. See, this needs to be combined with 2 items. That's not the right one. So the spear, you know what, there was probably like a pole or something. There's only 2 things. There's 3 here. We got 2 of them. Whatever the third one is, we still need to find it, I guess. I'm trying to remember where that is. And I'm worried that I might have sold it.
Keep a blade close.
Because, you know, those things do happen.
Assume nothing.
Alright, there we go.
Delay. Alas, time for chatter.
Look at that. I suppose that's your... His hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough.
These things have stayed interesting.
We'll be clearing out. No point in... We'll be clearing out soon enough. No point in lingering.
Oh, come on. I wanted to use her shop. All I wanted to do was switch people.
Soon. No point.
Haha, you jerk.
Very well.
For what?
Don't be too careful in these parts. Paper bang's the least of it.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything.
With haste.
Alright, well, I think we bought what we needed to buy from her anyways. So, where do we go next? Well, we can take the boat, go to the forge. We can go up and do the Githyanki stuff. I'm sort of a fan of doing the Githyanki stuff. The forge stuff is not hard. We're definitely at the right level to do it now. The Githyanki stuff actually is challenging. And we might be a little over our head in some spots. I mean, in all honesty, they're same level because they're both different ways to get to the same place. I'm just racking my brain. You know what? The Githyanki has some items that would do us a lot of good. Yeah, let's go do that. So we're going to go up to Joaquin's Rest. Now there's a trick. If I use a command, I can then have somebody drop a weapon. If you remember, we did that in the beginning of the game with the flaming sword. There's a Githyanki up here that I can do that to, and it'll drop a sword that Lysel can use. It's an amazing sword. And Lysel eventually gets an amazing sword, but that's like not until Act 3. But like we can get one now. But then it involves us fighting these Githyankis, which I think Lysel is not willing to fight because she thinks they're her friends. So there's a lot of things I don't remember. Like I think I might have to remove her from the party, and then at least just sub somebody like Karlak or whatever. Which is problematic because Karlak doesn't have any ammo or armor or equipment. But that's the option. And the other thing is that we were supposed to celebrate for the druids, and we've camped overnight several times now, and we never celebrated. I wonder if we have to camp overnight at the Druid Grove. That must be what we need to do. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's go to Emerald Grove. And then we'll go to camp. Yeah, they were supposed to be celebrating with us. Maybe we actually got to go inside. Because all the people are still here. Yeah, it's not happening. There's supposed to be a party and everything going on.
Open up.
There it is. There it is.
Loosen up, Icarus.
No, an Albert.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold! Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy. Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Get drunk, my friend.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for? I think you'll find I've been showing ample concern for myself since the moment we met.
I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove.
Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd. That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me? We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off. Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
Alright, I think we gotta talk to Halson for sure.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
See this? Then he's hitting on you if you do that. And then look at that. And that. Like there's hit on you, hit on you, hit on you.
Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in a goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
Alright, I think that covers everything. Oh, just go talk to Mole.
I should be out there, talking with them. In just a moment.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know. And that sounds like the wine drowning your wits. Go on, enjoy yourself. I've squirreled away a few extra bottles. When the barrel's tapped out, I'll be there to save the night. For a price, of course.
Good old Mole.
You won't have to worry about us anymore. I'll fight anything we meet on the road. Anything.
We're gonna be worrying about them the whole
Watch out,
game.
Baldur's Gate. Chell's coming for you.
So he has sub stories. We're moving on.
Seems simple enough.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk.
Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone.
There is one who yearns for you in the dark, Who will you seek? Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
Absolutely nothing.
You made it. Come here. Sit with me. Lots of people make promises. Few keep them. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions? Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you. Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now. Perhaps. But please, enough about me. Sharing's bad for my complexion. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
Oh, I said I wouldn't do it. Let's just...
What?
Alright, we'll do it.
But you're sweet to notice. Thank you for last night. Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
That didn't hurt, did it? I should think so. Let's head back, if we must.
Alright, fine. We got the romance.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous, though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger. Wait. There's more you need to know. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls. You're half right. You have to get to Moonrise, but you still have a choice of how to get there. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Seluna. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aridin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Seluna and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
Yeah, that's why you go underground. It is true. Because the place you pop out, the curse, like, all you have to do is cast a light spell. And as long as everybody is in the light, you can cast light on your armor. And then the light will shine on your armor or whatever. And as long as everybody has light around them, the curse doesn't hurt them. So you can still get through it. It's a pain in the butt because the light only lasts so many game rounds and then it expires and then you got to cast it again and again.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aridin. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills.
He's
my
the most important person to keep
I've long
alive.
sought to return to
There's
Moonrise
a
Towers.
spot in Act 2
It seems our fates have aligned.
where if you want to help the good side, you know, you want to do the goody two-shoes stuff, you need him. And so don't let him die.
May Sylvanas guide us.
Do not be so impatient to move on as Halsin. As ever, the Githyanki Kresh remains our priority.
Yep, we got it. Okay, so I'm glad I remembered to do all that, but more importantly, I still think I'm not supposed to have her in my party. That's my hunch, but we're gonna go ahead and try this. And the moment she sees them, she runs out of the party and runs towards them, almost like a groupie. But when I do this thing, it makes them angry, and they do attack us. And just to warn you, that's not really a warning, but
doesn't seem very fresh.
they don't like her.
Straight from the neck.
She has like this,
But goblets are used in
you know, they're gonna save me. They're gonna save me, and they have no interest in her. In fact, they want to kill her.
Drink some night, if you're curious. A nice red wine in your goblet, of course.
So what I'm gonna do is,
Very kind of you. But I'm saving my best bottle for someone already.
I'm gonna split.
The size of that thing looks so much bigger when it's flying above you.
Go a lifetime without seeing one, and then they won't stop pestering you.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches us. Fail her at your peril.
They'll be tough to fight, but not impossible to beat.
Alright, so Kithrak Voss is the guy. And if I do command drop, it's only 6%.
Maybe I should. No, this is good.
And of course it didn't work. And at 6%, I mean, this could be a while. And again, I don't know what's... Yeah. So, if we send her in, like I said, they're mean to her. They're looking for the box that we have. That's what they call the special weapon. I mean, they're not interested in her at all. Let's try again. Would it help if I got closer?
Time to press ahead.
Nope, not really.
First step is the hardest.
At 6%, this could be a while. I'm going to pause it for you. Well, you know what? We're at the end of... we're at 3 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome. I'll start up whenever I finally succeed at this.